I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. Back with me on a lovely Wednesday afternoon, depending on where you are, is Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's happening over there?
Depending on where you are and how long you're willing to wait. Beautiful, beautiful Midwest. If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. It'll change. I'm nice and wet for those watching the video because it was pouring down rain before we started the show. And then as soon as I sit down to start the show, the rain stops and the sun comes out. So wasn't that just sweet?
Perfect timing. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's starting to get kind of hot, but yeah, it was real nice. I went over to my other condo. Had a latte. Cleaning lady came early this morning. She's supposed to come Monday. Didn't come Monday. And then yesterday, they were like, "Hey, can she come today?" And I'm like, "No, I got a podcast to do." And then we canceled yesterday's podcast, and they're like, "Can she come tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Is it okay if she comes at like 10 a.m.?" And I was like, fuck. I guess so. So I didn't get to sleep in today. But took a nice little leisurely stroll, got some sunshine. It's good. It's good. Tried to go to the gym. There are too many fucking people in there. I'm gonna have to go back there later after this. I always go at night. I go at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night to avoid having fucking dipshits in there getting in my way.
And say, has the cartel panic died down and people starting to come back now? Or
well, it's Semana Santa here, which is a big Mexican holiday the week before Easter. So
yeah, those Catholics are all about celebrating the big religious holidays.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like Mexicans here from other parts of Mexico, like Guadalajara and Mexico City and stuff. A lot of kids, because the kids got the week off of school. But not too many Americans here on vacation anymore. So
if you wonder where do Mexicans go for spring break, it's Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, yeah, it is. If they're in and around this state, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so there's a decent amount of traffic and stuff, but not as many gringos as you would expect going into April here. So yeah, I got like one more month of high season technically, and then things kind of start to slow down. May is really hot, June's really hot, and then July, August, September is when the rain kicks in. So I will not be here for May and half of June. I'll be traveling. I'll be over on the other side of the world. So that'll be an interesting podcast schedule. Be in fucking Japan and Vietnam. But I'll be back for the hottest part of summer, which is nice. But that was probably the best time to go to Japan for me, which is kind of just after peak season in April right now. I think they got the cherry blossoms going and everybody's piling in there. So I'm going to try to avoid that, but avoid their hot, humid rain season. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's all I got. Although I've been seeing some things out of Vietnam, they've been having issues with oil. They've been canceling a lot of flights. I'm starting to get a little paranoid about that. I think I might have mentioned it Friday at the during the happy hour that we had. I'm starting to see them they've been canceling all these flights from like Vietnam to Japan, which is exactly the flight I'm going to need to get back to this side of the world. So hopefully, I don't know. Donald Trump says they're close to a deal. And then every time he says that, Iran comes out and says that's bullshit. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So
he's supposed to make an announcement today or tomorrow, sometime soon about, I don't know. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention. I did see a post somewhere that he's supposed to be doing a big press conference to make some big announcement about what's going on. So,
yeah, well, and I saw Marco Rubio was on Hannity last night. Caught some of that. Who the fuck knows, dude? They're saying that they're close to a deal. But every time they say that, Iran says that's bullshit. There was a report, I think, out of Israel that said Iran is willing to negotiate, and they're not like they didn't have like the crazy. Because basically, like a week ago, Trump was saying, "Oh yeah, we're negotiating," but they were both coming in as you would start to enter a negotiation, which is like, I want everything and you get nothing. It's like, I don't think you guys are really negotiating here because you're still as far apart as you were when this fucking started. But then there was like a report saying that Iran was like willing to, as long as they got like security guarantees from the US, that they would be willing to end this thing.
Well, I'm sure there's some degree of instability with attempting to negotiate with Iran, considering there for about a week, every time somebody new got appointed to a position of authority, they got blown up 4 hours later. Like they had their entire leadership structure got pretty thoroughly fucked up there for about a week and a half.
So it's like, who are you negotiating with, and do they have authority to negotiate? I forget the guy's name. Start with a P. The one that they were reporting yesterday. That's why the markets had that huge rebound yesterday. They were up like 3%. That's why gold and silver started rallying on Monday, was because this report over the weekend was like, oh yeah, we're getting close to that off ramp that Trump has been looking for. But again, dude, I just which fucking lying piece of shit government do you want to listen to? It's like our lying piece of shit government, or their lying piece of shit government, or Israel's lying piece of shit government. Take your pick. So we'll see. Hopefully they can get things squared away there, just from a market perspective.
Well, I mean, hey, if nothing else, we don't have a king, so the protests worked. No king again this week.
Yeah, we just have fucking senators and congressmen that have been there for fucking 50 years.
Did you see the? Oh gosh, I should have saved it and sent it. Did you see there were no king protests against Trump going on in Great Britain, in the United Kingdom, where they literally have a king, but they're out there having a no king protest against Trump? Like,
I saw that and I had to fact check it. I was like, they can't be this retarded. But yep, it was true. It was true.
Like, Trump's not even your president. What are you protesting? Like, you literally have a king. What?
Yeah, and they get so upset when you say anything disparaging about the crown.
Oh yeah, don't say anything bad about the crown. Like, talk bad about the British royalty, and that you're trying to start American Revolution 2.0. Or this the Britisher, revenge of the British is what we'll call that.
Yeah, it really is just can't you just come up with like a better way to protest these things? Because it's just like, yeah, no kings. Okay. And then in the same breath, you have like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren that are ready to confiscate fucking 3% of your wealth. And if you try to leave, we're going to take 40%.
Right.
What king would do that?
Pretty sure the original No Kings protest was because they were trying to tax us 2% on fucking tea. So like, yeah, and a stamp tax is like this. These are fucking pennies compared to what we're paying now, and they're trying to do it. Like she's like, "Up, here's my bill," and it's like you can't just fucking start confiscating wealth. At a minimum, you'd have to amend the Constitution. Like they had to do that to get the income tax passed, and you can't just change what you have now with a bill. Like you would literally have to amend the Constitution. But there are people that are totally in favor of that without amending the Constitution. Just we don't need billionaires; they shouldn't exist. So take 3% of their wealth, and if they try to leave, which they used to say you're free to leave, and we're going to take 40% of everything you have. No kings, though. No kings.
I'll take a fucking king. I'll take a king, and I get to keep 40% of my shit, and I can leave anytime.
Right, a king on the other side of the ocean that only wants 3%. And otherwise leaves us the fuck alone. Yes, please,
dude, if the founding fathers could see where we are today, they would have never fucking fought the Revolutionary War.
they'd have been like, never mind, it's not actually that
bad.
Shit.
It's like that's the path we're putting us on.
Although the No Kings rallies did get some interesting fun moments out of them. Here's the No Kings protest in LA where a protester gets trampled by a horse.
Whoa! Fucking A! Watch your back.
Yeah, so if you're just watching, there was a protester who looked like he got hit with like a beanbag gun or whatever, rubber bullets.
Yeah, they've got either rubber bullets or paintballs or something. They're using non-lethal rounds to clear people out, and then they're using horses to corral the crowd and get them to move. And this dude, it looks like he dropped his jacket or something and just stops and like bends down in front of the horse, and the horse just kicks him over and knocked him out of the way. There were these liberal retards on Twitter. They were like, the LAPD needs to teach their horses not to kick people. Like, or people need to understand that's the way a fucking horse works. You get around its feet, you're gonna get kicked. Like,
dude, it'll never cease to amaze me. How did you hear? You could even hear them in the video. Whoa, what's going on? And it's just like, I don't know. You're fucking standing in front of a horse. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? It's a fucking animal. Or it's like, anytime they protest or something and the cops like fight back against them, they act, it's like the Pikachu face. Like they just think that nothing is ever going to happen regardless of what they do. It's like, yeah, no, this was a not even like a potential outcome, like a highly probable outcome is you getting kicked by a fucking horse when you're getting in the way of the horse. It's just like, I don't know, man. That was just very satisfying watching him get his ass kicked by the horse and then curling up in the fetal position and having a bunch of other pussy retard protesters freaking out. Oh my God, how could that happen? Yeah, there's like a 90% chance of that happening. Only idiots were surprised that happened. From the videos I've seen and the people that have seen some of these protests, it did look like there were a lot of freak show idiots involved.
All right, I thought he dropped a jacket or something. Let me pull this back up and look. He's got like a full fucking luggage. Like, what are you doing? You're at a No Kings rally. Why do you have luggage?
Who knows? Yeah. Which I'm a
And he
little
dropped
surprised. Like that seems like extra dangerous because that could be like a fucking bomb or something.
Right. I just don't understand. Like, why are you bringing luggage to a rally? To a protest.
It's probably like his entire life is in there.
Well, and then the conspiracy theorists were proven right again. There were like multiple of these protesters who like basically posted the literal receipts of, hey, we do get paid for this. Cope and seethe, MAGA. It's like that's not the win you think it is. Like, everybody has been saying these things are manufactured and they're not real because all these protesters are getting paid to do this. And then you're like, oh, look, we did get paid. Cope and seethe. It's like, no, you just proved everybody right that this is not it's not an organic thing. You're literally being paid to do this.
Yeah. They pay a bunch of fucking out of work like, God, what are the retarded degrees that they get? I don't know, theology fucking degrees with $100,000 in debt. Baristas, you pay them a couple of bucks and they'll pretty much do anything because that all they're qualified for is to just throw tantrums in the street. Like, they have no other appreciable skills. They have nothing else to contribute to society other than fucking juvenile tantrums.
It's like liberal arts was supposed to be the thing that you declared as your major for like your freshman year while you figured out what you were going to do and took all your prerequisite classes. It wasn't supposed to be something that you got a useless degree in.
Yeah. Or now they're getting like 3 of them. Like, oh, I got 3 worthless degrees.
I got
maybe even a PhD.
I got a master's in underwater basket weaving.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I can't believe I'm out of work. Like, yeah, dude, like even really productive people are being replaced by AI now. Like, what did you think was going to happen to your poetry, your poetry degree? It's like you paid somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars to go read a couple books and write some stuff down. Like, you could literally just go to the library and do that yourself for free. For free. Sit at the library all day, read some books, write down some, a sonnet or whatever. Okay. Like, what do you possibly, and then you get angry at capitalism for dude, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I've like responded to a couple of them on X or whatever, but like I'm seeing so many socialist idiots in my Twitter feed the last week or so. It's really something.
Yeah, yes, whatever you engage with, that's what you're going to get shown more of. So you have, like, if you keep trolling socialists and retards, you're going to see more socialists and retards. So you have to decide to either fully commit to the troll or start interacting with other stuff.
I was joking.
Personally, I need to start trolling retards more often because all I get is like, since Sean passed and I've been posting a lot of stuff about it, all I get is these like sad stories about people who have somebody died or they got cancer or all this stuff. I'm like, man, I gotta start being like a racist misogynist again and get my algorithm reset.
There should be like a historical like record or something. You can go back. I want my feed from like 6 months ago or whatever.
Reset. Yes. Where's like the because your computer has that, you can reset to X, to such and such date. It's like, yes, I need to go back and let's just go back to the feed that I was getting on February 28th. That's what I need.
Well, dude, if I didn't know any better, I would think that I'm back in like a 2021 feed. I've been seeing all these COVID people with their masks on bragging about it. It's like,
it's because of cicada, man. Cicada's coming.
Yeah, look at this. A new highly mutated COVID-19 variant cicada is spreading across 25 plus states and 23 countries. Highly mutated meaning a lot less deadly.
meaning it's been around for 5 years. So at this point, it's nowhere even close to resembling the original one. So that means it's highly mutated.
Dude, like I should pull up some of what these people are fucking saying. But there are still people out there getting vaccinated, wearing their masks everywhere. We're everywhere. God bless them. I feel like everybody that was one of these fucking COVID psychopaths in 2020, they should have to live like that. I appreciate the consistency of these people, but they should all, as punishment, you got to still be masking up. I mean, obviously, COVID's still here; it didn't go away. It's mutating constantly. How come we're not masking up? Where's your fucking mask? Like, we should start going around and like every time you see somebody without a mask on, start yelling at them.
But they don't actually know what it is because there are still this year's version of the cold and this year's flu A are both still going around. And all right, this is from John Hopkins. Unfortunately, there's not really a distinct trait between these respiratory illnesses, so it's hard to tell what you actually have. You just have a spring cold. Like, get the fuck over it. It's
dude, I was sick for like 2 weeks recently, like a month ago. It was longer than 2 weeks actually.
Dad's doctor back home when I was a kid, around this time of year when that spring cold and stuff, spring flu was coming through, and during the late fall, early winter months when like real cold and flu season are hitting. If you got sick, you go to him. He's like, well, I can give you something and you'll get over it in about 10 days, or you can just write it out and you'll probably be over it in about a week and a half. Like that. And that's the way it's, you're going to feel like shit for a couple of weeks, take some cold medicine, sleep it off. You're fine.
Like when did getting sick not become a regular part of life?
Right. Like,
wasn't it just assumed like you were going to get sick like once a year?
Yeah.
Like at least.
Yeah. Like everybody, like for me, for a long time, I would get a sinus infection about once a year. And like, I could feel it when it started to come on. It's like, all right. As soon as I could start to feel it, I'd go to a doctor, be like, hey, I need a Z-Pack or whatever. I'm getting a sinus infection, and then they make me sit in the fucking doctor's office for 45 minutes while they poke and prod and look at me and then tell me, oh, yeah, you're getting a sinus infection. We're going to give you a Z-Pack. I'm like, God damn it. We couldn't have had this all done with like when I walked in the door and fucking told you.
You could say what you want about fucking Mexico, but I can walk. Any fucking block has at least 2 fucking pharmacies on it. I walk right in there. You want a Z-Pack? They got you. They got everything. You need testosterone. A lot of people need fucking testosterone these days. Should have been raining testosterone pills down on those fucking No Kings protests. But yeah, anything you want, you just walk in there and get it. And it's like no prescriptions necessary. Like an adult, like a responsible adult. Like I'm not going in there and I'm not like taking all kinds of crazy antibiotics constantly. But if I need something, and now you can just kind of fucking Google, like, okay, yeah, like what would a doctor recommend for this? And then you just walk to the pharmacy and pick it up for, 10, 15, 20 bucks. Boom, you're good. If I were to do that in the US, like, yeah, you got to go to the doctor. You got to spend a day there, take a day off of work, sit there for a couple hours, a bunch of useless tests so they can bill your insurance.
I do really love and appreciate the doctor that we found here, but she doesn't do insurance. She doesn't do any of that bullshit. So, and like you pay basically a monthly subscription to be a customer. And then like you call her and let her know what's going on. Like I have her phone number and I'll just text her and be like, hey, I got this. Can you hook me up with something? And she'll say, yeah, swing by the office. And so I just swing by the office and she'll have, whatever I need there ready for me. That's
pretty convenient, but it could be like a million times better if they would just allow that type of innovation to take place. Like, oh, you could text them. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, crazy,
they should
right?
be delivering. They should be making fucking house calls. They should be doing all kinds of stuff that we used to have before the government got involved and completely destroyed this industry.
I need to stop reading this article about cicada. Because it just gets the panic over, oh no, COVID's back, this highly mutated thing.
Yes, well, give us the details. Let's scare everybody.
Okay, so the director of the Pandemic Center at Brown University says that it's relatively quiet compared to other years. There's not like this cold, flu, and COVID season has been a lot tamer than an average year. So there's that. Also, there was an incredibly low participation rate this year in people getting their boosters and all of that stuff because people don't know what boosters they're supposed to get anymore. They don't know if they're eligible for the boosters. Like they've gotten so many boosters and there's no real clear guidance on it. They don't know what they can and can't have and should and shouldn't have. So like people have just stopped doing it because it's gotten so fucking confusing. And also they say this cicada is it's mutated enough that it's basically immune to every booster that you've had ever. It's only like less than
just like all the other COVID things.
Less than one.
They were all immune to everything.
Yeah, like there's less than 1%. It is like, dude, the boosters and everything are less than 1% effective against this cicada strain. So, like, what did you do all this shit for,
dude? Justin, we need to monetize these retards. We need to set up it's like the Dollar Shave Club, but for fucking boosters, where you just pay us like fucking $30 a month or something, and we'll just send you the booster in the mail whenever you need it. Can we do that?
I'm surprised that the pharmaceutical company hasn't just gone ahead and they're like the doctor's offices must be getting paid extra to administer the shot. And that's why you still have to like actually go to the doctor or go to CVS or Walgreens or whatever to get it. Like, because if they could just have that, there is a decent percentage.
Like it's not, you don't have to find a vein or anything. You just jab it into your arm, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably stick it in your hip or butt cheek or whatever.
Just make it a fucking saline solution and just send it out to everybody. Oh my god, let's do it.
All right, so let's say 2% of the population is retarded enough to subscribe to their monthly COVID booster. Yeah. If you do it that's like,
or how often are you supposed to get them? Every 6 months or something?
I think that at one point they were doing it every 3 months or every 6 months.
So quarterly, every 3 months.
So let's say you pay $100 every 3 months and they send you your shot. Like if like 2% of the population did that, they would rake in like a few.
We could give you like, if you do this, you get a discount on your health insurance or some shit, all that other crap that they bake into these fucking deals. Oh, we could mandate it for Obamacare.
They could make about $2 billion a year if, let's say, roughly 2% of the population were to subscribe to this. Do it $100 quarterly to get your boosters sent to you. That's about going 300 million population. That's about 6 million people. $100 every 3 months, so $400 a year. That's like $2.4 billion that the pharmaceutical company could just get straight off of retardation. Like,
yeah.
What's your overhead cost on that? So, some fucking packaging and a stamp.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
straight profit, baby.
And why soon we'll be able to deliver it.
Not pharmaceutical executives?
I don't know. Yeah, we could have drones fucking dropping that shit on your doorstep. Wouldn't even have to use FedEx. Could be a whole COVID like survival pack or something.
I was about to say you can partner with Amazon and do a whole COVID survival pack. They'll bring you they'll deliver your booster, your masks, some other stuff.
N95 masks.
Yeah, they'll deliver your
control those dust particles.
Your masks, everything else that you need. Like we'll bump the subscription fee up to $150 every quarter just to make sure we cover all that extra cost of stuff. And yeah, I mean, just straight cash, homie. Let's go. We need to clip this and send it to AstraZeneca or like send it to one of the.
I'm too lazy to do all this, but I will take a fee, finder's fee or whatever.
Be like, hey, look, we've got the solution. We will make you buttloads of money. All we're asking for is 5%, and you can keep the rest. Like, here we go.
Yeah, and dude, you could literally just find. It would be so easy to like index all the retards on Twitter that would actually buy this. You can find a thread right now with like 10,000 people that would buy it immediately.
See, this is what you should be spending your time on with Grok. Instead of trying to get Grok to figure out how to run a trading algorithm, you need to be monetizing retards.
I was working with Claude last night. The first time I used Claude, he was just as retarded, but he seems to be getting better. So I made some progress yesterday. I'm gonna go back at it after we wrap today. I'm cautiously optimistic now. I've really had to dumb it down though. It's like a trading strategy that somebody with Down syndrome could fucking execute. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, if it's slightly profitable over time, fine by me.
Claude's like listening to you through your mic, like I'll show you who's got Down syndrome. Johnny is the reason that Skynet launches because he was talking shit about Claude.
Oh my god. I was calling Grok all kinds of fucking names for like the last 2 weeks. If they do turn on us, it's going to be at least like 30% my fault. He's like legitimately retarded. And I was just like yelling at. I was getting so fucking angry. Oh god. Yeah, I should post those conversations. It was the most frustrating thing.
But who's more retarded? These AI bots or the Californian government? Like, do you think Grok would lose $70 billion? Oh
my god, dude. Yeah.
Congressman Kevin Kiley, he is sounding the alarm in his home state, saying under Governor Gavin Newsom's leadership, it has become the, quote, fraud capital of America.
And we have team coverage. Our national correspondent, Alana Austin, is on Capitol Hill with more on the investigations into Tim Walz. But we start with correspondent Heather Myers, who has more on what is going on in California. A rainy day out there on the West Coast. Heather, what can you tell us?
Well, good afternoon to you, Katrina and Andrew. This latest report was issued by the state auditor, and that's a nonpartisan position. That state auditor now puts 8 state agencies on the high-risk list of agencies to watch out for things like fraud and mismanagement as well as waste. Here's a look at that 92-page report. Newly added to the high-risk list is California's food stamp program. If the state doesn't get the improper payments under control, it could cost an extra $2.5 billion. Also on there is the Department of Finance, which was tasked with giving out COVID relief funds. Critics say $32 billion of that was taken by fraudsters. Then there are infrastructure issues like California's deteriorating dams and also the high-speed train that's already cost taxpayers $18 billion without a single section of track complete. Other reports
really can't even show a picture of it because there's nothing.
Critics claim the state lost track of. More recently, there's a report that says California cell phone users paid a surcharge for years to upgrade the state's 911 system. Here's Congressman Kevin Kiley talking about what happened to that plan.
that after spending $650 million on that system, the state is totally scrapping it and starting over, completely wasting the money because the technology doesn't work. Mind you, we are very close to Silicon Valley in Sacramento, and yet the government can't figure out how to make basic technology perform.
I mean, like, do you need a better example of just why government shouldn't do anything than California?
I'd say, just remember, the same people that said Elon Musk could solve world hunger with 40 billion wasted 18 billion on a train that has yet to have a single piece of track laid.
Like, they don't even have like a model of it or a proof of, like, nothing that they could show you in the video. They're showing the Golden Gate Bridge talking about trains because they've done zero. They've done nothing.
Remember,
they've been talking about this for like my entire life. They've been talking about high-speed rail.
I say, remember the Simpsons episode about the high-speed rail where there was some other city that got the high-speed rail, but they never actually got it. It was all just a big scam. And then, they were trying to do the same thing in Springfield, and they were able to see through it and shut it down. It's like, whenever they say the Simpsons did it, that's like,
yeah,
California and the high-speed rail.
I'm pretty sure I remember listening to like episodes of Loveline in 1998 where Adam Carolla was complaining about the high-speed rail, and they haven't fucking, he's like, where's my fucking high-speed rail? It was fucking 30 goddamn years ago. 30 years ago they were complaining about this. It's just mind-boggling. Is that that post that I sent you, that talk about how they're going bankrupt too? Like, they're just completely bankrupt?
Not that one. You had sent one.
Did I send you one? Because the numbers were crazy.
Yeah, you had sent one a couple weeks ago, and I ended up having to. I think it was last week when I had to cancel. But yeah, where's the numbers? 70 billion in taxpayer funds have been lost. 2.5 billion in SNAP fraud. 24 billion fighting homelessness. 18 billion for a high-speed rail that literally nothing has been laid. Where's that? Yeah, I need to try to find that one about like just how.
Dude, the range. Yeah. I'll find it. I
found it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Give me just a second. Let me get it pulled up. All right.
I think it's important that we mention all this stuff because in 14 days, a lot of us are going to have to stroke checks to these fucking governments.
California is functionally bankrupt. People don't realize how screwed California is, and I worry if California falls, so does the union. 250 billion to $1 trillion short. This is because California.
Wait, pause right there. 250 billion up to $1 trillion. So the gap, the potential gap is $750 billion. Dude. Like they can't even narrow it down to more than that or less than that.
Well, it's because of their, and as he said, it's because of their public pension system. So California has a public pension system, and that system retirees have paid into, and they get some benefits out. And the amount that they're owed back is somewhere between $250 and $1 trillion more than what has been paid in. So like, what kind of a Ponzi scheme are they fucking running with this pension system that like they're getting that big of a return that they're 250 billion up to $1 trillion short of what's been paid in. So everything that's been paid in, I guess in theory, is accounted for, and what has to be paid out is that much more than what's been paid in. Like, who's doing it? Is this one of those things like the Chicago pension where it's like, oh yeah, we had a 2% return on our investment last year. We finally made money on our pension investments. It's like, dude, you've been losing money for like literally forever on these investments. What do you mean? Like,
inflation's like 6%, and they're bragging about 2%. Like, yeah.
Why you can put your money in a fucking.
Well, they've invested, Justin. They've invested in homelessness. They've invested in bridges and trains to nowhere. Those are the investments. So how are you liking these returns so far? Pretty good. Yeah. I think we should give them some more. Take that wealth tax. Take another 3% off the top and see where it gets you.
It's funny. You say train to nowhere. The train starts nowhere.
Yeah. Right. Dude, like, how could you not even just pretend to do something with it? Like, that's just how, like, look at how just unconcerned they are with keeping up the illusion that they're doing something with your money. I would have at least come up with like some bullshit prototype by now where it's like, oh yeah, look at here we are. Here's a state-of-the-art train. And the longer it takes them, the less state-of-the-art it gets.
Well, that's like the thing they were talking about with upgrading the
phone system, the 911 system. Yeah.
911 system. They've taken hundreds of millions of dollars and they can't even get the technology to work. So they're just like going to scrap it and move on. It's like, all that.
Oops. They are just wonderful stewards of your money. I think we should give them some more.
Well, and the Snap fraud, I wonder where that's coming from. How we're getting there.
Great. This is one of the Snap scams that I did not know about until just now. So there are people that you can go and buy a bunch of bottled water with your SNAP benefits. And so what people are doing, if you're just listening, is loading up carts full of bottled water and then just pouring the water out. And then you go back and you return the bottles for like a bottle deposit thing and you pocket the cash. So there's the guy just draining hundreds of bottles of water.
You dump water out of bottles to get the deposit, and you pay for the water with your food stamps? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. That's what you just fucking said.
I'm trying to get home because my boyfriend stole my car keys.
Okay, but you're dumping my tax dollars on the ground?
I pay taxes as well, sir.
You don't pay taxes if you live in a car.
Yeah, just another one of those unintended consequences of these well-meaning programs.
And that's the thing. It's a well-meaning program. Like, oh, what about the people that need it? Like, yeah, I get it. There are people that legitimately need it. The problem is the people who only think that the people who need it are the ones getting it literally have never lived where I live, out in like, redneck hillbilly country. The amount of fraud and misuse of this stuff is fucking insane. And like the reason that people like me get mad about it is because we go to the fucking grocery store every week and see it in action. And like, oh, that doesn't happen. It's like, I just watched it happen an hour and a half ago. What do you mean it doesn't happen? Like, yes, it does. We have people on video doing it.
And why are fucking broke ass people drinking bottled water? What's wrong with the fucking tap water? Like, bottled water is like a bougie fucking thing. You shouldn't be buying that with Snap. Go drink out of the hose, out of the faucet. And then, maybe get a rebate for your water bill or something. Okay. Then they'll just be piping water out of their fucking house to selling it to other people and taking the rebate. It just can't work. Nothing they can do will work. It will at a minimum, it'll backfire like that. And a worst case scenario, you get billions of dollars evaporate. The Somalis steal another couple billion, pretending to take care of your kids or something.
And of course, that water thing was in California because California banned all plastic because of so you have to pay this deposit on the bottles because plastic is bad. Yes. And that's like the plastic bottles thing is one of the dumbest things because I worked for a plastic recycler for a long time. And like those plastic bottles that you're seeing them dumping in this video, those are like borderline end of life. Like the plastic that's used for those bottles, that's not stuff that's going to like sit in a landfill forever. It'll deteriorate within about 3 years and be basically paper. Like You use that stuff in recycled plastic products to make the product or to make the plastic a little more liquidy, because there is no substance to that water bottle stuff. Like if you're plastic, when you're when you're running a plastic extruder and you're making the plastic itself, if it's too thick, you add some ground up water bottle to it, because it thins it out, because there is no substance to those water bottles at all. They're effectively end of life. But there's no science behind why they do the shit that they do. Like for all the trust the science people, everything that they're trusting is the most anti-science fucking bullshit ever cooked up. And if you sit down and tell people, like, I worked in the industry for 5 fucking years. Like, that's literally all we did was recycle. Like, we take recycled plastic and make a product that if you drive anything made by Chrysler or Honda or Toyota, you have plastic that I probably had some part in making in your vehicle. Like, all we did was take recycled stuff and make a finished product that's going to go into everything. And like, the science behind it is not that it is very complex, but it's not that difficult to understand. And when you explain to people, like, yeah, this is retarded because these products are actually like already end of life and yada yada yada, this and that, like it's like, yeah, yes, I'm explaining it to you, the actual science. That's not what the environmental whatever bullshit says. It's like, because they are trying to sell you their own thing, which is just stupid.
It just seems so hopeless, doesn't it? Yeah. Every time when you were saying that, it reminded me of that Family Guy episode where the guy's talking to the donkey or whatever. Eon. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Trust the science people. I wonder what they got in science class. What was their grade?
Grades don't matter anymore. Grades are racist, Johnny, so it doesn't matter.
I know. Is an 85 an A now? I think it is in Chicago.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I remember reading somewhere that they were like lowering the percentages. So 85 to 100 was an A somewhere.
What the fuck? I remember getting a college where like 100 to a 90 was an A, and I thought that was pretty lax, because like when I was in high school, I think it was like a 93 was a 92 or 93 was the cutoff for an A, and then like if you had an 85 was a C.
Let's see where 85 become an A. Let's see if Grok knows the answer to this.
Can you imagine how pissed off kids would be if 85% was considered average? You know, because C is supposed to be average, right? Like B is above average and A is excellent. Can you imagine how pissed off this generation would be if getting 85% correct was considered average? Like,
right. Oh, dude, average is like, fuck.
then you could pat them on the back and be like, "Hey, you're on the high end of average, though. You're almost above average."
Oh, Indiana,
really?
Indiana's new school accountability system. So in the initial year 0 transition phase, starting with grades expected by December 2026, the state set a lower bar for an A, 85 to 100 points. This is not a change to how individual students are graded in classes. Okay, it's an overall school overall school performance ratings based on factors like test scores, attendance, diplomas, etc. After the transition, it phases back towards a stricter 90 plus for an A. So this is a way of grading the school as they transition into what? I don't know. It's unclear.
See, and I don't pay attention to the public schools in Indiana because my daughter goes to the smart kid school, and Sean basically cheated his way out of even having to do school at all. So,
so the smart kid school? They they take AP classes and everything, so their GPA's out of like 5 or 6 or something.
It's something insane. And Katie's on a roll every month and does speech and debate team, and they're doing all this like college prep. Most of the kids that graduate from Katie's high school enter college as a sophomore or a junior. Like they already do basically all of the prereq stuff and get all of their college credits while they're in school. And then so when they go to school, they basically just declare their major and then go do that. They don't have to go through all the.
Do they get to graduate in 3 years?
From the high school or
no, from the college?
Oh, I mean, yeah, and
I guess you'd have to you still have to take the same number of credit hour, or no, because you get the credit for the high school stuff.
You get the credit for the high school stuff, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. So you just have to take your classes in whatever your major is, or your field of study, and so
they could shave off a year of college, basically. Basically,
a year to a year and a half, just out of the way because they don't have to do all the prereq stuff, all the, talking about, and I know we've talked about it a number of times, but like how college is such a racket. Like you spend a solid year to year and a half wasting tuition money to do all of this bullshit that has literally nothing to do with what you're in college for. Like they could streamline the whole college process down to about 2 to 2.5 years and teach everything you need to know if you didn't have to spend time taking basic math, English, all these bullshit classes. Like that was the thing that killed me in college, and is also why I graduated with a fucking 2.5 GPA, was because if it did not pertain directly to what I intended to do, I did just enough to fucking pass. It's like I don't have to have this class. I am being told by the university that I am required to take this class. So I will do literally just as much as is necessary to get credit for it. I'm not putting forth any extra effort. And like that, I had friends who were like, dude, you got a 2.5. You're like really smart though. I'm like, yeah, because I don't give a fuck about all this bullshit. Look at my field. And I even had an interviewer that he said, how do you have a 3.6 in your field of study, but a 2.5 overall? I said, literally anything that doesn't pertain to what I actually intend to do for my career, I do just enough to make a D. I am not spending any time or effort on bullshit that I don't care about. And he said, that is totally fair. I respect that. And then he offered me a job.
I don't even think I remember seeing anybody's GPA when I was hiring them. Can you put that on your resume now, or am I not allowed to ask? I don't even know. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yep, you can't ask about their GPA. You can't ask about their age. Nothing. Oh, God. I'm so glad I don't have to hire people anymore.
Sometimes I kind of wish I had something to do with the hire, because the way the union works and the company works and everything, like all hiring it has nothing to do with us. It's all HR and union bullshit. And like, there are times I wish I had more to do with the hiring process. Is like maybe some of these retards we shouldn't be letting in the door to begin with. Like,
yeah, no, I get it, but the actual process of interviewing people was horrible, absolute torture. Anyway, is that it for today?
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty much all. I mean, that covered all the big government is a waste of time and especially a waste of money shit that we had. Don't forget, I am out on Friday traveling home for Easter. So
yeah, let's let me just take a quick look. Let's see where these markets closed today. You think the bottom's in, or is this a dead cat bounce? Up about 1% on the NASDAQ, 0.5% on the Dow, S&P, a little less than 1%. Well, I don't think we're out of the woods yet, but I think we might be getting near a bottom. We'll see. We had about a 10% drawdown from the highs. Good opportunity to start buying back in, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, look at that. Stuff might be coming back up. All of my investment portfolios are back about where they were before everything went in a free fall.
I'm still not even back there yet. Like the last month erased the first 3 months of fucking gains for me. In most things, a few things I own went up, but yeah, that was a month of March was no bueno. About the same time last year, we got fucking cut down too because of the tariffs. April, is it March or April last year? Yeah,
I think it was March.
Week of April. Yeah, first week of April. It started I think in late March, and then it looks like we bottomed after the first week of April. So maybe Trump's doing the same thing. I'm sure there's a plan for his 4D chess. Just trust it. Trust the plan, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get that straight open back up. Oil's going to start flowing or not flowing. I did see. He had some press conference. They're like, yeah, gas is like $4 a gallon now. He's like, yeah, but we didn't get nuked. We're not going to get nuked in the next 6 months. Oh, boy. That narrative shifted.
Silver linings, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so I'll probably do something Friday solo. I'm not sure. It's in a day and a half from now. Okay. We'll see. We'll do something Friday, but yeah, we got Easter Sunday coming up. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a nice long weekend. You get Monday off, or you just get Friday off before Good Friday?
I went back to work this week, so I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then my 4 scheduled days off are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday anyway. So I don't know what normal people get. I will have all 4 of those days off.
Yeah, I know Catholic schools, I think you get like the full week for a lot of them. Everybody here in Mexico gets the week off. I don't know. Well, have a nice Easter, everybody, if I don't talk to you. Either way, we'll be back on Tuesday with a brand new episode. Do this all over again. And, I will be starting that new thing in the Substack. I don't know if you heard this or not. I'm gonna try to create a portfolio from scratch and build it up to retire early. I'm going to try to create a portfolio that will have you not depending on Social Security, since it won't be there when you turn 65. So it'll be like a sort of like a hypothetical portfolio for somebody in their 30s making a decent income. We're going to start with like 25K and see how quickly we can get it up to a number that you can start pulling from and living off of to replace your 9 to 5. So that's going to be like a new weekly Substack thing. So if you want access to that, you're going to have to become a paid supporting listener. It'll also get you into the happy hours. We had a fun happy hour on Friday. That was a good time.
Yes, we did.
And additional content, things like that. So I'll link to that in the description. And for the rest of you guys, you know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.